What the Conservation District is and what it does is this. They're an organization that was created under the state charter. And so they literally are a subdivision of state government. They have their 5-commissioner board that's charged with the responsibilities to determine the activities and the planning and things that go on. But what we really are just local people in the county that work with our county government, work with our delegation, work with our corporations, work with our homeowners, we work with our farmers. We have a very good sense of what is going on in our county and have our finger on the pulse of what the needs are in the county. And so when we find issues, whether they're natural resource-based issue, land protection, whether there's something that it needs drainage assistance, it may be a planning issue, or things like the Cooper River Channel markers we're talking about, or back with creating the Lower Berkeley Conservation Trust to try and do long-range plannings to keep the rural character of the county in the way we'd like to see it. The Conservation District is just uniquely situated to understand at all times what's going on and what the needs are. And we are specially set that we can reach out to anyone in the county, find out what they have to offer, connect them with others that have to offer, and we can put forward efforts to try and get things done for the benefit of all. That is really what the mission of what this board does and what this district does, and I think we have a long history of making that happen in the county.
When I first started in 1965, which is a few years ago, and back then it was a lot different than it is now. We started out, we could not work in the city limits of anything. We did mostly work with farmers. In fact, about all our work was with farmers. And through the years, we've changed that. We used to be, it started out as soil erosion. That's how the way everything started out. You probably remember the CCCs, maybe you don't, but we do. And then we kind of, then it came into the Soil Conservation Service. Back then, we had probably one of the things a lot of people did not have back then. We had county, we had state and federal, all working for the same purpose through the district. The Clyde Uplet was on the board, and Pee Wee Pigler was instrumental, and we've had projects where we would come in, especially drainage projects. We've worked with the dry hydrant program. A lot of people are not familiar with that, but we went around and put in hydrants in ponds and so forth, and also in maybe a river or a stream or something, to where the rural people don't have to come back to the fire station. They can just go there and start pumping. That's a few of the projects that we've had. And over the years, we've really, I think, done a lot for the county. And we work with the Corps of Engineers very, very closely. And we work with the Forest Service, the county. I could go on, but we were working with what we needed for conservation of natural resources. It's been a great journey.
My name's Walter Early, and I started working with the Soil Conservation Service in about 1974 as a technician. We had some good projects here. We did the Norman L. Harvey RC&D project, which was a big drainage project out in the Long Ridge area. That benefited a lot of people. And I worked with numerous farmers with drainage and tile and ponds and all kind of different things that they needed. So it was a good experience here in the county.
I moved to Berkeley County in 1988, just in time for Hurricane Hugo. In the aftermath of Hurricane Hugo, the Natural Resource Conservation Service would bring crews in to clean out the waterways to get the debris out from the hurricane. And during that time I met Charlie Glover. And Charlie introduced me to conservation districts and the concept of how they operated with 3 different government levels, working local, state, federal, supplying all their resources to come together to meet the problems. And it represents conservation at the local level, taking care of local problems for local people. It's a grassroots local part of the state government, but we work here at the local level solving problems for people of Berkeley County. One was putting in navigational aids in the Cooper River down around Pimlico and the rice fields. We won the state Conservation District of the Year award, which is the only time it's been won other than this year. While I was on the board, there were several landmark things that happened. One was that we got our first female, or may I say lady, in all terms of the word lady, Ms. Elizabeth Johnson. We fondly remember her as Miss Pete. And T.E. Johnson, her husband, passed away and the seat was open. She was appointed to fill the rest of his term. Wonderful addition to the board. She's a strong educator, education background. She took over our education programs and ran with them.
He really was a fit for the position, and he served until he died in 1994, and that's when they asked me if I would like to serve. And in 1994 is when I went on the board. And after getting there, they asked me if I would like to work with school children. And of course, having been in school work for 40 years, I said yes. But it was very interesting, and the children were very excited and surprising at the things that they, as children, could give you with Soil and Water Conservation District interest. I think it's an excellent program for children. They learn things through these programs that they don't get out of a textbook. And a lot of it is, I think, is hands-on, and you know that's important. The hands-on, they like that.
Charlie had gone to a meeting in Columbia where he had met some folks with the Palmetto Conservation Foundation, and they were talking about this unknown sort of organization called Land Trust at that time. He said, I got something I want to talk to you about. That's the way Charlie always started every conversation that was going somewhere. And he started talking about what he learned about land trusts. And we talked probably for about an hour, and it immediately became obvious that we need one of these.
The organization grew, and I was continually surprised at the opportunities that resulted there, things that we were able to do. I was glad to get up there, and I went up there and went to work with them. And the first thing that really came to me is I was surprised at how involved the district could be. And not just the trust, which I liked. I was very interested in that, but in the everyday activities of the county government, things that they could do that appeared to me to be very worthwhile.
One of the most memorable events that I've been part of is the education. We had the Coastal Carolina Adventure Camp, which we brought teams from all over the state and housed them here in Berkeley County, and was able to educate them on the importance of conservation from the mountains all the way to the sea.
In the early 80s, I went to Soil and Water Camp with Barry Jurors being my camp counselor, and now I am following in the steps of my grandfather, Norman Harvey, and my father, Kirby Harvey. They were both commissioners for Berkeley Soil and Water, and currently I am an associate commissioner, and I am so excited about all the work we have done.
The district has done some very outstanding projects. One of the ones that I'm heavily involved with is the Berkeley Blueways, which is a water trail program that was developed in 2005. And we have 23 self-guided trails with over 175 miles of great places to paddle in beautiful Berkeley County.
My primary goal has always been to help the people of Berkeley County by education and to implement the programs that we have to help them understand where our natural resources are, how we need to conserve our farmland, our wetlands, the property that we have been given to take care of. And that has been my major goal.
Another project that the district is currently involved with is making improvements on the Palmetto Trail on the Swamp Fox section, doing some filling in and doing some work so that it will be more easily passable than it is at the current state.
We're partners with the Soil and Water Conservation District. NRCS works with landowners on their farms, and the district has the knowledge of the local area and the community, and so they know people here that I wouldn't otherwise know. So we partner, and they introduce us to landowners and farmers in the community. And we do a lot of variety of things. You know, we work with children sometimes we work with forestry landowners, livestock, cropland, and even homeowners. And they're doing a great job reaching out to landowners in the community.
We were recognized by the South Carolina Association of Conservation Districts for our work in 2017, for everything we've gotten accomplished, and they look at the numbers of people that you've impacted and the good things that you've brought into your counties, and so we are very proud to have been the recipients of that award this year. And I think it goes to show how we are working for Berkeley County and the people here. I've enjoyed being able to act as a hub through this office of putting together farmers and landowners with agencies and resources that are available to them that they might not have known about before. So that's been a great part of working with the district.
I wanted to get us a brand new website. I built the Berkeley Blueways website. We needed a new website for the Berkeley County Soil and Water District Commission. So we did that. It's mobile friendly. We also needed to create a Facebook presence.
It's been a great adventure. I will say it's the most enjoyable, most beneficial position to have when it involves the conservation of our county. The future of conservation districts is depending upon the growth of our county. We have, as you know, in Berkeley County, we're growing exponentially, and the conservation needs are just as important. It's been around a long time, but as we move forward to the future, it's more important that they stay involved.
In the scope of things, we're only here on the earth for a blink of an eye, and this is our only home. And we've been charged to manage and conserve the natural resources for the future generations coming along. And that's what conservation districts are doing.
This is what we're here to do, protect our natural resources.
You're doing an excellent job, and keep it up. Don't slow down.
I remember talking with Charlie about it. He said, you know, this is something we really need to look at. So we talked to Chalmers Dial on our board, and Chalmers said, yeah, this is good. And of course, the next thing, we immediately went down to your office, Jim.
And I
you were supervisor at the time.
I remember when you came in there, and I couldn't even spell GIS.
Yeah.
So we started talking about partners, and brought this guy in. Greg brought him in, and we really chose the right guy here.
Absolutely.
No question about that.
Yeah, we already had everything ready to go. I just had to come and do it for you. But you
but you really did it. You know, you really did it.
And you had the cash, and we've gone from one person to 8 people now. And things, it's 25 years and things are still going.
Well, you know, when we started out, I remember Greg saying one thing that was so very important. Greg told us that when we first met, he said that what he was looking for was an opportunity to come and to build the system from the beginning, one that he would be building to operate himself. And that was the key. Someone who was willing to invest himself into it and not just walk away.